Erling Haaland isn't normal. He scores all types of goals.
Here is Grealish. De Bruyne. Manchester United trying to get numbers back. Haaland!
Bangers, tap-ins, headers, volleys, everything. So good that his name alone strikes fear into the world's best defenders.
This is a special striker. You know, I think because he's so strong. He's strong, he's quick, he got all the attributes to make a defender's life very, very difficult.
And yet, this Norwegian beast has gotten even better. That's his new reality now. That's why the rest of Europe has to be scared. Just when you thought you'd seen everything with Haaland, he's unlocked a new level in his game. This is why Erling Haaland's return to form should scare everyone. To start with, there's one big question we've got to address. Did Haaland ever go out of form? Well, to answer that, we've got to go back to last year.
In terms of front of goal, he's best in the world. But for his general play, for such a player, it is so poor. Not just today, I think he has to improve that. He's almost like a League Two player. That's the way.
When Roy Keane referred to Erling Haaland, referenced Haaland to a League Two striker, called him one of the best strikers in the world in front of the goal, but criticised everything else about Haaland and the package. He took it personally. It's easy to understand why too. Last season, Manchester City endured their worst campaign since Pep Guardiola took over as City head coach after finishing third. But even with that, the levels Haaland still managed to produce were sensational. He still hit 34 goals in all competitions for City last season. 47 if you include the 13 he scored for Norway. Even with City's dip in form, Haaland still managed to bag goals, but City's dip in form raised a question everyone thought Haaland had buried after his first season at the club, even with the ridiculous amount of goals he's scored for City, becoming the fastest Premier League player to reach the 50 and 75 goal mark. Even with all of that, some people still believed that Manchester City was a better team without Haaland, and after the struggles from last season, where at times they looked stagnant and lacked any ideas, and they became predictable, Haaland had a new mission. The one that changed him. The question he's been answering coming into the season. Could Erling Haaland evolve into more than a goal scorer? It sounds crazy saying this, but it's the truth. The hardest thing to do in football is score goals, and Haaland makes it look so easy. But it's become clear that particularly for this City team and the style of football they play, they needed more. Pep needed more. That's what Haaland has become. He's not just scoring goals, these goals are dragging City. Carrying City. It then means Haaland is carrying the team. He's the talisman now. He's not just a goal scorer anymore. He's a leader in that City team. Need context? Erling Haaland is Manchester City's top goal scorer in the league this season with 11 goals. Second behind him are Phil Foden, Matheus Nunes, Tijani Reinders and Ryan Cherki. They've all scored 1 goal each in the league. It's ridiculous. That's over 75% of City's league total goals this season after 9 games as of recording this. 4 goals in 3 Champions League games this season, 15 in all competitions for City, 24 goals for club and country. Haaland isn't normal. I mean, think about it. He scored 34 goals last season, still managed to hit the 20+ goal mark in the league even though City had a bad season, and yet he was still getting called out over needing to do more. It ultimately means his standard is so high that the Ballon d'Or winning numbers from last season for Ousmane Dembele were actually what was getting him dragged last season. Talk about being a victim of his success. That's the other angle with Haaland too. The Big Six to the European contenders and the rest of the league. He's scoring against anyone. Haaland's career has been characterised by one thing: goals. We're talking about a guy who holds the record for the most goals in a single league season, after smashing the record in his debut campaign, and shutting up some critics in the process.
Haaland will be the flop transfer of the season. Now, I do not want to put words in his mouth. So for anyone that's been living under a rock and has missed the most viral clip in Saturday social history, here is exactly what Rory had to say about Erling Haaland in August in that very chair. Clip it.
Erling Haaland will not live up to the expectation. I am so bored.
Why won't he?
Because he isn't the player that everybody thinks he is. Will he score goals? Yes.
This same machine has scored against all 23 teams he's faced in the league. 139 goals in 158 games for Manchester City and counting. 86 goals in 89 games for Borussia Dortmund. 53 goals in 51 Champions League games. 51 goals in 46 games for Norway. It's ridiculous. It's like he breathes goals. But what makes Haaland so good then? Pretty much resemble what Erling Haaland is. He's strong. On the ball, he rarely ever gets knocked off it. He's quick. Once he runs in behind, he's either getting a shot off or sometimes looking for the pass to a teammate. In the air, he's a beast. At the same time, he's flexible enough to score scorpion kicks, heel flick goals, and he scores tap-ins, penalties. He's the literal definition of a complete centre forward. He's a cheat code, but this season he's morphed into an even better version, and that's saying a lot. To understand this, we've got to go back to the game against Arsenal at the Emirates. City might not have won after conceding a late Arsenal equaliser, but if the world ever needed a gentle reminder of just how good Erling Haaland is and what he could eventually become, he dropped a gentle reminder, which you'll find out about soon enough. But first, smash that subscribe button to Kicks with Seb down below for more videos like this. He scored, but at the time, Haaland showed different facets to his game. Pep Guardiola has evolved with his tactics again this season. He's playing a more direct brand of football to match the teams around him. In that game, against Arsenal, Haaland had to sit deep and help the team defend. He also had to show technical qualities going forward, progressing with the ball, shielding in the opposition's half when he had it, and bringing the rest of the team into play, making channel runs away from the goal, occupying both centre-backs in Gabriel and William Saliba. Haaland was a unit. That's what he currently is for City. After the start he has to his City career, winning the Golden Boot back-to-back in his first 2 seasons at the club. Last season was a blip. He finished 3rd in the Golden Boot race behind Mohamed Salah with 29 goals and Alexander Isak with 23 goals. There's a reason we called it a blip. This season, Haaland's 11 goals have him 5 clear of joint second in Igor Thiago and Antoine Semenyo as of recording this. The duo that finished above him last season, Salah and Isak. Salah has struggled to find goals this season, 3 in 9 league games. Isak still hasn't registered in the league yet after his switch to Liverpool. In addition to the goals he's scored, Haaland also has the most shots in the league with 35, the most shots on target with 21. The point is, unless something bizarre like a freaky injury happens to him, you'd expect Haaland to keep bagging the goals and eventually win what will become a 3rd league Golden Boot in 4 years. Ridiculous. Even the bizarre injury doesn't look like happening anytime soon, because if there's anything we've learnt from Haaland in his new YouTube Day in the Life series, it's that he's always well equipped to handle the competition. He's not just the perfect striker, he's the perfect athlete. He's nailed stuff like nutrition and stretching to an insane level. Raw milk, eggs, meat, stretching before games with a physio, red light therapy. He's always making sure he does the little things outside the pitch to add to his already strong physique. There's no losing with this guy, and then you think of what the future holds with him, and honestly, this is an even bigger reason to get scared of what Haaland could potentially be. With a player of his status, the general belief is that the ultimate destination for Haaland after Manchester City would have been either Real Madrid or Barcelona, arguably the 2 biggest teams in the world. Haaland ended any of those rumours last year after signing a staggering 9.5-year contract extension at Manchester City. This is huge for both him, the club, and the rest of the competition. It's a very clear signal, a reason why the rest have to be worried sick. I mean, think about it. Think about being a Premier League defender and knowing that as tough as Haaland is, with the fact that he's yet to enter what could be considered as his prime years in football, he's still going to be around for 9 more years. It's the same with the previous records too. As of recording this, Haaland has 96 Premier League goals since he joined the club in the 2022/23 session, and according to research data from Sky, Haaland is expected to not just break Alan Shearer's record of 260 goals, he's expected to do it in September 2030, and if he stays and fulfills his 9-year contract at the club, Haaland is expected to have scored 389 goals in the league. Wow, you get lost for words with what could become man. He's the deal now for City, a goal scorer, a leader. At just 25, he's one of the experienced players too, and he's learning what life is on and off the pitch, possibly even building the next generation. Yup, he's a dad now. Haaland has talked about the added sense of responsibility and how it's made him a better person. He doesn't have to constantly think of football all the time. He can disconnect, come back with a sharper mind, and hit reset on the pitch. Because with him, the mentality to approach each game as a new one and win is the difference for him. It's astonishing when you take it all in. At 25, that's when most players begin to get consistent rhythm and move towards the peak of their careers. At 25, Haaland has already achieved what most strikers couldn't in their entire careers. He's already a treble winner. He's already broken so many records it's hard to keep count. He's a machine in front of goal. Imagine getting shouts as being the best goalscorer of your generation at just 25. That's Haaland's reality, and as we've mentioned, he's gotten even better now. He's tracking back to help the team. He's pressing, he's scoring even more goals, he's looking deadlier, sharper. Haaland never lost the will to win, he just sharpened that intensity to keep producing. He's outlasted every name that's been compared to him. He's seen different competition come and go. He's in a league of his own now. It's scary stuff, but for the rest of the competition,